So this Sade Perkins character has been going on an absolute rampage for days on end now. And it all came out of nowhere, totally unprovoked. This woman has no connections to the Mystic summer camp that was affected by those horrible floods in Texas. However, she took it upon herself to just, for no reason at all, attack all of the little girls who were killed in this flood. And for the last few days, she's been uploading videos kind of like harassing the parents of the kids who lost their lives, calling the parents racist, accusing them of all types of wild things, just for no reason at all. And now it's kind of gotten to the point where things are getting really crazy because she's threatening to shoot people. She's uploading videos at the range. It's getting wild. And keep in mind, folks, that this woman is married to a minister. And she goes to church every Sunday. And now, due to her crazy behavior and all of the racist videos that she's uploaded online, her church has been forced to release a statement trying to distance themselves from her. But my question is, how do you distance yourself from the minister's wife? Now, I don't know how your church was. Every church is different. But often, a minister's wife is kind of like, I don't want to say an important figure in the church, but I guess you could say that. Usually, the minister's wife is expected to be, she's expected to carry herself better than this. You don't expect to go on TikTok and see a minister's wife celebrating the death of dozens of little kids. But nevertheless, this church is trying to act as if they have nothing to do with her. But that's not true. Let's go ahead and hop into their statement, though. First, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Houston would like to extend heartfelt condolences to the families and friends who have experienced loss as a result of the Kerr County floods. We have been made aware of recent statements made surrounding the victims from Camp Mystic. It is important to note that the statements were not issued by a congregant, staff member, nor a representative of First Unitarian Universalist Church of Houston. Any communications that have not been posted directly by our church do not represent nor should be associated with First Unitarian Universalist Church of Houston. So they're saying right here, right, that that these statements aren't coming from anyone that represents this church. That's where I disagree. Because if a minister doesn't represent your church, then who does? A minister and his wife definitely represent your church. This woman shouts out your church all the time. Her husband is the minister. For y'all to kind of try to downplay that as if she's not associated with you all at all, I find that kind of dishonest. And they're saying that, hey, you shouldn't associate any of these comments with our church. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. If the minister's wife feels this way and is confident enough to, for days on end, film videos of her saying this stuff, I would have to believe that maybe her husband, her minister husband, the minister of your church, maybe he feels the same way. I feel like if I was married to someone, that they would kind of represent my values as well. This woman did not just get on TikTok and social media and start filming these videos out of nowhere. These opinions didn't come out of nowhere. This hatred did not just start when the floods happened. The hatred didn't just spark and just come about overnight. No, her husband, your minister of this church, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Houston, which is one of those weird churches that promotes LGBTQIA plus nonsense, that has like drag queens at the church and stuff. It's one of those weird churches, one of those fake Christian churches, but nevertheless, as I was saying, the hatred in this woman's heart did not come just out of the blue. Her minister husband is well aware of the way she thinks and how she feels. And I would argue that he probably most likely aligns with her views. You think that these two are just married to each other and she's just this crazy radical that wishes death on white kids and her husband just has nothing to do with it, and he didn't know, her husband didn't know that she was just this crazy racist that always attacks white people when they get killed. Folks, I've been looking at her social media and this did not start with the floods. She's been going on racist rants for a while. It's just that now, people are paying attention because of this crazy flood. Now she took it to the next level by celebrating the death of all of these young girls, and that's why she's getting the attention now. But all of this hatred and stuff that she's spewing, it did not just start, and there's documented evidence of her spewing racist nonsense for a long time. So her husband, the minister of this church, is well aware of how his wife thinks. I'm sure that he is well aware of all of the videos that she is posting online. So yeah, what she says represents your church. What she says represents her husband, and her husband is your minister. Your minister represents your church. So yeah, I'm looking at your church sideways now, and I'm really wondering what type of stuff you preach. Because for a minister's wife, a church-going woman that goes to church every Sunday, your church every Sunday, for her to feel this way in her heart, it's coming from somewhere, and I'm really wondering what's being spread in that church. And more importantly, what's being spread, what type of weird sicko stuff does her husband actually believe behind the scenes? Because her husband is some Jewish dude that's pretending to be Christian so he can push all of this weird stuff in the Christian church. He's not a real Christian at all. These people are absolute scumbags. And the only difference, I think, between Sadie Perkins and her husband is the fact that Sadie's willing to just say this stuff online. I can guarantee you that her husband feels the same. And the people in this church, I doubt they're upset by her comments. They just don't want to receive all of the hate and backlash and negative press that they're getting. They don't care about her comments. I guarantee you that churches like this that promote all of that weird stuff while pretending to be a Christian church, yeah, they bash and hate white people. You better believe it. That's part of their little religion. And if this church was really upset by her comments, they could have came out and released this statement sooner. But no, they waited until things started spiraling out of control and she was threatening to hurt the parents of people who just the parents who lost their kids in this flood. It took things getting that extreme, and it took the internet catching on to what was going on here and reacting. Okay, this church could have released a statement. No, they sat there quietly until things spiraled out of control and until the internet really picked up on this story and started spreading the news. And that's why the church is out here trying to do damage control, pretending as if this woman has nothing to do with their church when she's married to the minister and is one of the most prominent figures in that church. But like I said, social media is having a field day with this woman, and I love to see it. If anything can bring people together, This should bring people together. Because I promise you one thing, it doesn't matter what race those little girls were. If I got on the internet and I saw people attacking them, attacking little girls that just died in a flood, I don't care if they were black, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. I would not be okay with that, and I would take a stand against the demented people who are celebrating the deaths of little kids regardless. But with that being said, I have a little clip I want to show you of someone just tearing into Sadie Perkins. Before I roll that clip though, people often ask, how can they support the channel? And the answer to that question is oh so simple. You can support the channel for totally free by just liking the video. It's very important. Hit that thumbs up. Also, drop a comment. Subscribe if you haven't already. Put your notifications on. And if you really enjoy the channel and you want to support the channel even further, you could always donate via Cash App or Super Thanks. It's always greatly appreciated, and it definitely helps me to be able to make this content for you guys every day. But with that being said, let's roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more.
Listen, I'm about to get off an overnight shift, and I got time today. Little Miss Girl, Sadie, whatever her name is, she went ahead and deleted her profile, but listen, that doesn't save you from me. Nope. The fact that you even try to compare literal missing children to children whose parents decided to try to break the law, enter our country, and now they're in a detention center awaiting processing so they can go the fuck back to where they came from. You've lost your mind, and I think it's a real good idea for you to take a break from social media, because there's no way. How dare you try to say or try to compare such a tragic, truly tragic situation to some fucking illegal immigrants who chose to break the law and brought their kids here, and now their kids are suffering the repercussions. None of the children that are missing, or any of the fatalities, or any of the people that were hurt in this recent natural disaster, none of them chose for this to happen. Your illegal immigrant friends that you're trying to sit here and protect, they chose for this to happen. Go get your fucking green card, go get your paperwork, and do what the fuck you're supposed to. If anybody tries to stand up for this shit, or stand up for this person, Sadie, whatever the fuck, you need to scroll along. Don't be on my page now. Don't be on my page.
I said this in a past video, and I want to expand upon it a little bit here. You see, the excuse that people like Sade and her little friends are using to spread this hate about all of the kids who died in the flood, the excuse they're using is they're trying to hide behind the illegal immigrant argument. Like, what about the little kids who are being separated from their families? What about people being deported? Listen, folks. These evil, vile, racist people, they're trying to use illegal immigrants as a shield to shield them from criticism when they go online and go on these racial tirades against white people. Sade and her little minions and the people who are doing what she's doing and following up with her, they do not care about illegal immigrants at all. They're just using illegal immigrants as an excuse to attack white people, to bash white people, to say a bunch of heinous, racist things about white people. And I know that for a fact because if you look at Sade's history, she's already been on a rampage attacking white people for a very long time. It's just that no one was really paying attention. Now people are paying attention because of the floods. So it really disgusts me when people pretend to care about something, you know, for their own reasons or for their own motive. If you care about the illegal immigrants and stuff, whatever. But don't pretend to care, you know, about them so you could use that as an excuse to like attack other people or to, in this case, just crap all over a bunch of families who lost their kids in a flood. You know what I mean? I hate to see it Because I would respect it more if you're just upfront with your hatred. Don't try to shield it. Don't try to make any excuses. Don't pretend to care about illegal immigrants just because you want to celebrate little white girls drowning in a flood. Don't pretend to care about illegal immigrants all of a sudden. I hate that stuff. I hate it, but that's what she's doing. She doesn't really think there's a comparison. She just feels like, oh, I could throw out this little talking point and then people may agree with me, or maybe they won't think what I'm saying is so bad. But apparently it did not work for her, because it looks like most people are seeing through her BS. And the people who are trying to be like her, filming videos like her, basically mimicking her, they're not getting any success with their videos. They're not even getting the negative attention that they wanted. But for me, when I saw this woman desperately, just desperately out here trying to get attention from attacking these little girls, I figured, you know what? I'll give her the attention that she wants. I'll give her the attention that she wants. Because one thing that I know about people like Sade, they can't handle it. They can't handle the negativity and stuff that people like me have to deal with on a daily basis, right? Once you make it to a certain point as a creator, you kind of just have to have thick skin and understand not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to agree with you. People are going to attack you over your opinions every day. That's something that I'm used to, that I can handle. I know that Sade can't handle that. So once we give her the attention that she wants, she's not going to be able to handle it. And we're watching her currently self-combust. She went from pretending that she doesn't care to basically threatening to kill people. And it's only going to get worse from here. I can guarantee you that. And I say that because I already know that it's gotten worse, and we'll talk about that in a future video. But for now, you guys let me know what you think about this down below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.